God, this is not a small scoop, my friend.
It's 4 ounces.
No one needs 4 ounces in a... No Wednesday
I have a 6-year-old son who would be very happy for that serving of ice cream.
I am Jeanette Bonner, and you are watching The Scoop, where we have conversations with culture makers and creators over incredible New York City ice cream. Today we are at Alphabet Scoop, which is in the East Village, and later I'm going to be joined by Molly Pearson, who is a very fierce independent producer here in New York City. Let's go get some ice cream. So I am here with Carol, who is the Executive Director of Father's Heart Ministries. Carol, thank you so much for being on The Scoop with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So Father's Heart Ministries is the nonprofit organization that does community services for the neighborhood.
Yes.
And Alphabet Scoop is just one of several programs. What are the other programs that you have?
We have a hunger prevention program. We have ESL and GED classes.
Wonderful.
And we have a men's transition program for homeless men. We partner with New York City Rescue Mission. And we have Alphabet Scoop.
I think this is really unique, right? Because I think there's a lot of ministries and there's a lot of churches that have community-based organizations that deal with community-based issues like hunger and learning a second language. But I will dare say there are few, if not zero, that have ever gone one step further to open up an ice cream shop so that they can mentor their youths in life skills and business skills, and of course, ice cream making skills.
You're right. We endeavor to provide life skills, and that can only be practiced. You know, we need to practice in a safe environment, and our youth are mentored as well. Having pastored here for many years and ministered to a community that has been in a lot of pain and a lot of distress, it's beautiful community now, but we've been here a long time, and we were here when it was a drug-driven community, and drug addicts were looking for a way of escape from the life that they could not get out of. One of the things we learned is that they had no job skills. So for a long time, we had in mind to do job training, giving kids a chance to see how the world works in a safe place, to learn business, to understand how to work under authority, because unless you open your own business, you're going to be working under somebody, right?
That's a great thought. And also just customer service. How do you deal with other people face to face?
Our hope is that they receive a good foundation here. We do have mentors, and the mentors are usually young professionals who are doing very well in life but want to give back. Nothing happens overnight. So it's all part of preparing them for the future.
So why ice cream? I mean, you could have opened up a bookstore, or you could have opened up a deli.
Somebody wanted to help us open a chicken fry place here.
Okay.
And, we thought that was going to be a little messy and the cleanup would be very challenging.
Okay.
So ice cream is a fun product. It's good for youth, but it's good for families, and it's good for the community.
That's phenomenal.
We learned everything that we needed to know about the ice cream business. We had a lot of good people along the way.
I think I read online somewhere that Macy's helped fund a renovation.
They did this.
This is Macy's.
When we opened the store, it did not look like this. This used to be an office. They did an entire makeover. This is Macy's.
That's so cool.
They help nonprofits. I think they do something like this once a year for different nonprofits, and we were blessed to be one of them.
They're kind of giving back to the small local business owners of New York City.
Yes.
What a cool story.
Yeah. All right, this is Giovanni, but we call him Gio.
Giovanni, nice to meet you. I'm Jeanette.
Gio, how you doing?
How long have you been working, first of all, working in Alphabet Scoop?
This has been my 3rd year. I used to go to one of the other programs, Kids Zone, so I have no job experience at all. I didn't know how to talk to customers, nothing. But I started working here, learned communication, business-wise of an ice cream shop, and the fun part of the ice cream shop is making ice cream.
So how do you think this has impacted your life?
Oh, it changed my life a lot. You know, I, again, never had no job experience. You know, it's not like I never applied to jobs. They just turned me down, or I was young, I didn't have working papers, or I was in
That's
school.
the thing, right? Everyone just says, "Oh, just walk into Starbucks or just walk into
people
Staples
make
and
it
get a
sound
job."
so easy. Oh, go to McDonald's, you get an interview, you got the job right there. It's not like that. I applied to 10 places before I got a job here. I mean, I take pride and joy in making the ice cream here. I do, because serving it, giving it to people, seeing that big smile on their face, and when they bring their little kids here, it's just joy.
You're the best. Can we high five, please? You're everything I love about what ice cream does, and I love that you are here and it's changed your life for the better. And,
Thank you.
And you found a stronger purpose and your why.
I love this place.
You're the champion model of what this can do for other people.
Thank you.
So why don't you give me a quick mini tour around the shop?
So this is some of our ice cream. We have standard flavors because lots of people want standard flavors.
Agreed.
But we also have fun things like ginger and Coco-Pine, which is coconut and pineapple. That's our own creation. Sweet and salty. This is Geo's.
So you do that all right here?
We do that all right here.
I love this. This is very New York to me. Instead of, you don't have like a big ice cream factory. This
No.
is like a New York kitchen.
That's
Well,
right,
this would actually be a
right.
very large New York kitchen. This is the ice cream shop, and this is the factory back here.
Yeah.
I think that's the best part about it. Shall we maybe sample some ice cream?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Hello,
Hi, how
Molly.
are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
I'm good.
Thank you for joining me. Have you ever been to Alphabet Scoop before?
No, I haven't.
I don't think a lot of people know about it. They actually make their ice cream on site, and some of the flavors are actually created by Yvonne himself. So now that we have our ice cream, I'm happy to introduce you to Molly Pearson, who is an incredible independent producer here in New York City. She produces both theater and film. And I'm going to find out what's the scoop with Molly. So, let's start at the very beginning, as they
Okay.
say.
I grew up in Connecticut and I moved here when I was in high school. And I went to a high school on the Upper West Side called a Professional Children's School. Was acting through college and started producing while I was acting. Started producing as a way
Oh.
to get seen as an actor and get work. And started my theater company, was producing that way. And then fell in love with producing it.
So you founded that while you're still in undergrad?
I was just finishing up. Yeah. And you're always doing a lot because you have the time, you have the energy, everything. So yeah, I mean, yes, I was doing all those things, but it kind of felt like everyone around, it was, I used to live like 2 blocks from here, that everyone around, I was like it's that same buzzy level of 21-year-old energy.
I don't know any
you
21-year-olds that founded a production company, except for you.
There you go.
Tell me about the transition where you decided to put acting on hold and go to grad school to learn to be a film producer.
I was still acting in theater here in the city when I applied to grad school because I
Okay.
kind of thought I would do both. And then there was a role, actually, it was a fabulous role that my producing partner, Chad Beckham, who's a great playwright, wrote for me. And I realized that the role was it was not the kind of role you could do and be be your first year
Yes.
in graduate school. So I decided not to do it, and that was a really big thing. So it was a gradual. There was never a I'm gonna stop acting. And I think my personality is much more suited to producing. You can create the results, whereas with acting,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah. You're coming from it from an empowered place instead of waiting for someone to say yes to you.
Yeah.
So how do you and or your partners or you as a company, how do you guys seek new work?
And I mean, it's often like a friend will be like, "Hey, have you read such and such? Do you know this playwright? Have you seen their stuff?" And a lot of the time, it's just me going out as much as I can and seeing and watching, so many independent films I can't keep up, and reaching out to people. But I would say that over the last 3 years, 6 or 7 projects have died. I mean, but that's something that I feel like people don't talk about a lot, is like how many projects get going and for whatever reason, funding, the talent drops out, it's just like, and that's something I'm constantly teaching people is like, you have to just, okay, so maybe it'll come back later, or maybe it's just you're not the person to help get that one made, or right now is not the time, or whatever.
What is something that you feel would surprise people about producing, whether in a good way or maybe the hardest thing about producing?
The nightmares of producing are that it's so not glamorous, that it's so not, I remember Paul and I had to go to IKEA to get something. We were like running, there was like a huge meeting, the team, people were angry, and blah, blah, blah. We had to go. We were like in IKEA getting something. I couldn't find, the downstairs, the like room of hell where you have to get the boxes and everyone's fighting. And I couldn't find him, and I was like, Paul, and then he was like, I'm over here, and I went, and he was just sitting like a little kid, like on the floor in this cavernous, and I was like, what? And he was like, will I ever get to the point in my career where I won't have to lift heavy stuff and like do it all myself? And I'm like, no, we never are getting, like, this is it. No matter how much money you have, there's never enough money. I think people think it's a financial job, and I think it's an emotional job. I think people think it's I was just talking about raising money. So like obviously you have to raise money, and that's a big part of it, but I think it's managing people. I think it's managing personalities. I think it's problem solving. I think it's team building.
It's almost like the conglomerate.
I think it is.
You have 10% of director in you, and you have 10% of a writer in you, and you have maybe 25% of an actor in you. And all of those things collectively make a good producer. You are the super being.
You are. Yes, that's what I should start all of my meetings with.
Hi, I'm Molly. I'm a super
being. People would
being.
be really thrilled to work with me. Yeah.
Other side of your job, which is teaching. Yeah. I just found out that you created the film curriculum for LA's Relativity School.
Yeah, which was really, really interesting to think about. Wow, I don't have to execute this curriculum, but if I was going to design the perfect producing curriculum, like based on my students, and what would I want them?
And it's never been done before, right?
What, the Relativity? Yeah. Their model?
Yeah. So for those of you guys that don't know, Relativity Media is a Hollywood studio, and they've produced over 160 films, and they've distributed almost maybe over 50, one of which, Limitless, is one of my favorite movies. But big, like, Hollywood celebrity films, and they decided they would create a film school for people that want to work in the entertainment industry from scratch. And you are a part of it. Molly, thank you so much for being on The Scoop with me. It is a joy. You're an incredible inspiration to me as a producer, even though you make it look easy. It's hilarious to me when you tell me that you have a hard time doing it. I'm like, I don't understand. Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
And that's The Scoop. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. As always, be sure to like us on Facebook, tag your friends, share, and comment below. If you want any more information about the shops or the guest, you can head on over to watchthescoop.com, and you can watch all of our episodes there. We'll catch you next time on The Scoop.